Hello everybody, Justin Furtado here. In this video you'll see myself and Tex Keith, founder and CEO of Inertial Media, having a conversation about entrepreneurship, business, college, kind of our life, just life experiences. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment if something really resonates with you, and enjoy.
What's up, y'all? So Tex, as you all know, with my good friend Justin Furtado. Justin and I played baseball together, and we're just doing this video to talk about kind of like the hustle with entrepreneurship and where he's at with where he went from baseball to now being at University of Oregon, volunteering with Inspire One, and he's about to head out over to Africa.
Barcelona.
He's been in Uganda before.
Two times.
But yeah, this is. I'll talk about it. You know, we played baseball together for a little while, just our senior year, and won a championship from that. And how's that transition been from baseball in high school to kind of going to college without baseball?
Honestly, it's been probably one of the hardest things about going to college is I miss that competitiveness. I miss the team aspect, the brotherhood, and I have joined a fraternity, and that has been great. But that, you know, I peaked in high school with my athletic career, and that was unfortunate. But it just taught me a lot of things about, you know, dealing with adversity, bouncing back from a loss. As you remember, you know, we lost the city championship to Eureka, and that was a killer because it was the extra innings, bases juice, I come up and I strike out, you know, and that sucks, and that's something that you got to live with. And so I came back, and then during playoffs, you know, I did well, and it's that growth mindset is actually the book that I was reading at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to grow from this and get better. And, you know, I had my best game of my life in Kelseyville when bottom 6, 2 outs, runner on third base, we're down 1-0, ball over the second baseman's head, and, you know, game tied, and I ended up coming around scoring. So that's something I'm never going to forget.
That's crazy. Yeah, you're one of the most clutch players ever.
Yeah, I mean, only in high school. I didn't make it too much farther. But yeah, I mean, you've had a great career in sports as well, and with football. And I'm sure, what's that been like, not being with football?
When I first left football, it was pretty difficult, actually. I told Coach the day after spring game, I was done, and I was heading down to LA, so I was working out of Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, and then going back and forth to San Diego, because I had a client down there. And it was good for business, but emotionally, you know, being taken away from something that it's been your life for like the past 6 years, and you had a goal to go pro, and you realize like life just kind of happens to you. You find passions sometimes, you know, later down the road that you didn't know you'd be passionate about, and for me that was business, and it was hard for a few months. But then when I realized you can just direct that energy and all the disciplines that you learn from sports over to the business world or whatever, you know, next career path you're choosing, and be extremely successful, so long as you are disciplined in sports in the first place. Yeah,
absolutely, I totally agree. You know, I've learned a lot from sports too, and it's about serving your team, and it's something that John Gordon's always talking about. He's working with a lot of professional teams. Is, you know, in business, you want to serve your team that's around you and the people, you know, the customers. And can you talk more on that?
Yeah, service is huge. We signed with 3 clients today, and when I was talking to one of them, we were talking about service. Like, one of the reasons why they've been able to be the most successful in their industry out here in Humboldt is because they put service above all.
Absolutely.
Tony Robbins, he was just in Berlin and had 42,000 people at his event. That was a record breaker for him. And he's a man of service. He's always been that way. You know, a lot of people, they don't understand, no matter what platform you're on, whether it's radio, social media, in person, if you could provide value to someone and be of service to the highest degree, put them above yourself, then you'll never have to worry about anything.
Absolutely.
Ever. Too many people think about it as a dollar sign. So I just think, like, in athletics, you're of service to your brothers or your sisters in whatever sport you're playing. In business, you're of service to your employees, your boss, your clients, to everyone.
Right. Yeah, it totally encompasses the whole thing, and That's what's so awesome. And I'm, as you know, I'm starting the Better World Challenge.
Yeah.
And my goal out of it is I really want to start a brand to start, just helping people and giving back and connecting people to resources and, just making people happier because I'm so grateful for the life that I've been blessed with.
Yeah.
And I hate seeing people not happy, and I hate seeing people not reach their dreams. Like, I still haven't reached my dreams quite yet, but what makes me really happy is seeing other people succeed. That's what makes me happy.
Yeah. I mean, that's success for each of us, or we define it differently.
100%.
Some people think it's money, and they try to impose that on others, when in reality, I know a billionaire who's sad versus just a regular guy who's happier, way happier, right? So your happiness, that's your happiness, and as long as you stay consistent to what you're doing, you're going to be successful, and people are going to be like, damn, I wish I was as successful as Tito, and looking at you that one day like that, because I get messages all the time of people ask me what success look like, and I say, well, it's not a dollar sign to me, and if you chase the dollar sign, you'll never be happy.
Right, absolutely.
So that's awesome that you have the Better World Challenge, and what kind of inspired that?
So I would say one of the big things that inspired it was when I went to Uganda in 2017 and just kind of realizing how privileged that I am, everything that I have from, the family, the education I received. I'm fortunate enough to go to a 4-year university, and not only that, able to join a fraternity, able to do leadership, able to grow in that way, able to have healthy foods, able to have clean water, just a lot of things that you don't really think about.
Yeah.
And it's just we're all human, so why am I above someone else that's in another country? And why did they? You don't get to you don't get to choose where you're born. And I think that's one of the big reasons that I want to give back, is I want to empower people to take charge and make change in their life.
Yeah. One of the things that I saw when I was actually probably a year ago, we always see the bad stuff on Facebook, because the news 9 to 10 is bad to good. So
Absolutely.
You're never seeing many good things. I was wondering last year, I was like, I wish there was something that was talk about just all the positive things that are going on, like the ocean cleanup project.
Right.
Trying to clean up tons of plastic out of our ocean, and what they have going on in Michigan Bay, just to those type of things. So when I saw the Better World Challenge, I was like, that's kind of something I could see popping off huge, is showing people, hey, we can make a better place. It starts within all of us, and they can go to that place, that site, and look at your guys' business and see this is what it's going to take to be making a positive impact on our planet, to our society, to our future generations. And so it's really, really uplifting to see, because we just see the bad stuff.
Right.
And I think someone needs to pioneer that, like what you're kind of doing right now.
And I'm actually not pioneering it. While I'm starting this Instagram and I'm following all these people, there are so many incredible people out there in the world, and I want to start spotlighting these people, these organizations that are just giving back and helping people. It's awesome. It's incredible to see, and the news doesn't cover that.
Exactly.
And that's what you were talking about. It's frustrating. So I'm hoping to get a positive news section on there once I'm kind of getting my grounding on websites and whatnot. And that's a whole nother monster I'm tackling right now. But I think within all of us there is someone that wants to give back. People just want to give back in different ways, and everyone has their different passions, which is just. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. What are the struggles that you're facing right now?
Struggles that I'm facing.
Starting a new business, is it, maybe it's friends that were friends who aren't supporters now that you would think would be your biggest supporters.
Right.
Haters, I'd say.
Yeah, sure. I guess some of the biggest struggles is, finding the friends that are gonna push me out of my comfort zone and support me. You can say great job, Justin, but I want the feedback. I want to get better. And it's one of the struggles that I face with, and I think a lot of people do, is social media. You compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 12.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, look, they have 120,000 followers and mine has 200.
Yeah.
So how am I going to grow that in such a competitive market? And it's just patience. It just really is. I think it's something that, we're both very young. Gary Vee likes to say, oh, you're 20 years old, you're young as shit.
Yeah.
And it's funny, but...
It's so true.
It's so true. And at the same time, I'm not doing it for the numbers. I'm doing it for the impact, and I'd rather have quality impact over quantity.
Yeah.
So those are some struggles. What about you? You're going into inertial media? It's a very competitive marketing now, such as social media. So talk about some of the challenges you're facing there.
I'd say now it's like kind of keeping up with the work, because our values are based off the relationships that we have with our clients. So in terms of that, you'll never find anyone else who we've rolled burritos at 3 o'clock in the morning with clients, or we've driven 17 hours to get a single tin pot pan for our clients because we knew it would help their bakery shave 3 hours every single day off because the dough wouldn't stick to the outside. Mm-hmm. So we go outside of our role as just a marketer, and we strategize and we build relationships, and we're there for them all the time. Now we've gotten to the point where how can I impact my employees and brokers to think the same way so they can provide the same value. Absolutely. That's the hardest thing, because if you create it, it's your company, it's your baby, you'll do whatever it takes.
100%.
If you have to be able to get your employees in that same mindset that they're contributing to a company that has such high values and are helping out a lot of cool people, and just the type of growth that you're going to have from that. How do I portray that to my employees?
Right.
Yeah,
it's motivation, how to inspire them, how to, get them on the mission. And I'm sure you're doing a great job yourself. Your company, you signed 3 people today. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was
it's
a record.
Continued growth. It's fantastic to watch, for sure.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we have some amazing people out in Austin. Matt Nash, they're doing great things out there. Anthony down in LA, and Mary Brando, and Herb being his mentor. And then all the clients that we're working with, Jittery John is a big one.
So it's great to see someone just make such a positive impact in the county that you went to high school in, and it's a small community, and sure, you've gone through your struggles of haters, and how do you deal with that?
I honestly, something I realized is when I first started out, I wasn't authentic, so that it was understandable that I had haters in the first place, because I wasn't me. I was kind of flashing, money that I didn't have, and it looked really bad on my part. So I lost some friends. One of my buddies, Geronimo, who's a good friend of yours too, and he reached out to me and he said, "Hey, like, this isn't you. You kind of need to get your shit together." And I was like, "That's a good." He's hit the nail right on the head. So I thought about that. As I got more authentic and I was more service above self, and trying to provide value to people, that's when kind of haters stopped hating. You're always going to have haters. Jesus had haters. So I think people are in different stages of their lives. People who used to hate me a year ago are now in my DMs responding to every single story I put with 100.
That's also energy. What are you putting your energy into?
Yeah.
And there's no point in putting energy into people that aren't making you happy, or listening to other opinions that aren't helping you grow as a person.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I struggle with is taking positive critiques and feedback. That's something I'm still working on. It's trying to finding the difference of, okay, are you being a dick to me?
Yeah.
Or do you actually care about me and you want to see me grow in this way? Which is, it's a hard balance to find, but it is really important to get feedback to help you grow.
How excited are you to kind of get out of college and go into the real world?
I am stoked. To put it in words, I am so done to sit in the classroom and be like, oh my gosh, does this really matter? I would actually, touching on that, for people that are just entering college, maybe into high school, wherever you're at in school, if you're not a school person, that is so okay. And I think that's something that our society really does wrong. And entering the workforce, there's nothing wrong with that. And also, YouTube, it's a great tool.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube is your father, Google is your mother. Look up Gary Vaynerchuk right there. But really, the world is yours with information just at your hands. You know, sometimes you may have to pay for something, but you got to make investments into yourself.
Yeah.
And so, like, if school isn't for you, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, you're a self-made dropout.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I am. All my employees, they have degrees. I don't, which is kind of weird. You know,
Yeah.
associates, but I didn't go through 4 years of college like they did.
Right. But, I mean, you still got the experiences you wanted
Yeah.
out of the few years of college that you went. And
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure that was fantastic.
It was. I mean, got to meet so many cool people. My coach and, you know, my teammates and everything, they impacted my life greatly. But I learned more through them, not from the classroom. And I can't. You show me any professor who's handled $10 million in advertising, and I'll learn from them.
Right.
I mean, within like the past 5 years, because that marketing is changing every 6 months. I'm not going to listen to someone who isn't doing it or who hasn't done it, because I'll end up just like them.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just teaching kids, just keeping the cycle
they're
going.
keeping the cycle going, and that's destructive. And you're thinking of 4 years of investing your time into hopefully growing. You don't want to be set back.
Absolutely.
Know? So
Absolutely.
that's how I think of it, and yeah, it's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and then I'm also want to say that I'm super grateful for my time at the university because of the leadership experiences that I've had. So I've been able to have a few with my fraternity and some with a service and leadership center, and those have just really helped me become who I am, and also working too.
Yeah.
So just a combination of those with. So University of Oregon just provides so many, opportunities, and I think the opportunities that college provides is the best part for people like me that just want to work.
Take advantage of it.
Exactly, 100%.
And then you can leverage that outside of that.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that was a good little interview and talk, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's anything you want to leave everyone off with, hit them, and then.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Thank you for listening, but. Just be a good person and go after your dreams. Don't, it doesn't matter what your age is. My mom's almost 50 years old and she just quit a job and she's getting her master's in social work, didn't study that in college. So, she's going to get that and she's going to make a difference wherever she finds her passion. I think it's going to be family and youth. So, go after your dreams. You're never too old. Go get it.